Development of rural tourism contributes to the social benefits in several ways. It leads to the maintenance and support of public transport. Increased social contact brings opportunities for the cultural exchanges, greater awareness, and the revitalization of local customs, crafts, and cultural identities. It can also aid in preventing the youngsters of these communities to shift to urban centers as they are now exposed to an array of alternate income through tourism. The role of women can also gain momentum as they participate and gain economically from tourism. The facilities created for tourists can benefit the residents in terms of upgraded infrastructure, health, and cleaning of public spaces. Thus, the standard of living of the rural community is on the search para. One of the major positive impacts on the rural society is the resurgence of cultural, traditional, and historical traditions. This caters to a conducive environment for conservation and sustainable management of local and indigenous culture, arts, and crafts. The presence of tourists who are in awe and praise local talent and art can make the rural society realize the importance of their culture, and thus tourism can play an important role in conserving and developing art. Due to this awareness amongst the local rural population, tourism has the strength to stimulate pride in local heritage. Para. However, though the positive implications of tourism and the opportunities it brings to the rural area is evident, a systematic and integrated approach to planning and managing rural tourism is necessary. The fundamental and the dominant land use in rural areas is agriculture, and this is a fragile resource highly susceptible to environmental and social change. It is vital, therefore, that the very characteristics that attracts tourists are not degraded due to excessive tourism development. It is important to address the negative implications of tourism so that these can be countered before they impact the socio-cultural structure of the rural society. Para. Acculturation is a process of adapting and adjustment. It is the change that one culture has on another. When local people entertain tourists, they adapt tourists' needs, attitudes, and values and ultimately start following them. This often happens in a less sophisticated society where stronger culture dominates the weaker. In particular, the youth are vulnerable to this impact as they often copy tourist lifestyle. This process, though not immediately evident, takes a foothold gradually, and the very culture that differentiates the rural from urban gets affected. Typically, in tourism, the community being acculturated is the destination community when then experience dramatic shifts in social structure. Noticeable changes occur in clothing habits and food. Local costumes gradually get replaced by costumes as worn by tourists. Food to undergo subtle changes as it is made in a way that caters to the taste of tourists. This changes over a period of time severely dent the original rural structure. Para. Cultural commodification results in the transformation of value from sacred to profane and from real to unauthentic. Summaries that tourism collects various culture components and then sometimes add something artificial to make it eye-catching. This is then packaged and sold to tourists. Tourism can turn local cultures into sellable items or commodities. Religious rituals, traditions, and festivals are reduced to commodities that conform to tourist expectations. This results in what is now termed as reconstructed ethnicity. The actual and sacred significance of a ritual or tradition loses meaning even to those who had been following them religiously. This endangers the social customs of the community. Stop.